phone. All right. So we're back. Back again.
Definitely, of course, as always. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So, okay. There was 5 things that we talked about that was kind of strange, like strange beliefs that Jehovah's Witnesses have, and there's several more.
There are, surprisingly. And I still learn the differences between, again, what she's experienced here in her area, and hopefully this helps for other people around the world, per se, that believe in this faith, or don't, but still want to respect and love each other. So that's what it's all about.
Okay, so the first thing that I wrote down that's another strange belief that Jehovah's Witnesses have was, or like maybe not strange, but just like something that we just don't do.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Strange to the world.
yeah, compared to other religions, I guess. Like we don't do idols, no statues, no idols, no crosses, none of those Hail Mary beads or whatever you call it.
Rosemary beads, none of that.
Yeah.
None of that at all.
We don't do this or whatever. Yeah, we don't do that. I also wrote down we don't salute the flag.
Yeah, that's a huge one. I was actually talking to her a couple of days ago about this, and literally, I remembered as a child, I can't even imagine how the PTSD is now with how sensitive everyone is. But anyway, so it doesn't matter. I almost got expelled from school in Washington, D.C. for not saluting the flag at the time when I was a witness, unbaptized publisher. Thankfully, my mother was telling me it's okay if this happens, whatever the situation, because your faith is more important. And it was just so awkward because it's just embarrassing in the sense that I felt like I was in the wrong where my own parent had to tell me versus a school that was schooling me to be a grown-up.
Yeah. So like, those are ridiculous things that you can get suspended for.
It's a reality.
It's not being compliant, you know?
Exactly.
They want you to be compliant.
Exactly. When you're not a part of the world, that's one thing, like I said, I will absolutely give to the witnesses that there's certain things.
Well, the witnesses wanted us to be compliant, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Let's go.
So yeah, no idols, no crosses, no statues. Like not even like poster boards, okay? Like not even a picture of what we depict Jesus Christ to look like, which is like for some reason very fair skinned. And if Jesus Christ really did walk the earth and...
Oh, no, he would definitely be bronze. That son alone. I'm not even trying to hear from nobody. He'd be toasty.
Because even in the Watchtower magazines and Awakes, they still kind of depict Jesus Christ to be... He's more tan. More tan than I usually see in other religions. That is what I do give them credit to at least make a lot more tan. But not like...
I think it's a sensitivity thing too, man. I think they, were kind of ahead of the game. No one is prepared to see that Jesus looks more like us, dog. Most Nazarites, Egyptians, hell, Dominicans are darker than us.
Some.
That's the Dominican Republic, even Africa.
Okay, so the next thing I wrote down is that we are not encouraged to go to college. Well, especially when I was younger. When I was like elementary, middle school, even high school, it was not encouraged for witness child to go to college. It was more like go to a trade school, learn some type of skill or trade, and then like be like a plumber or like something quick, not like to go away and stay on campus, be in a dorm, join for fraternities and sororities, none of that. We didn't do that. So like actually if you did go to on campus college, you would still be kind of like encouraged not to join a fraternity or a sorority. That's no-no. Yeah. I forgot about that. I just thought about that just now. But
that's a good point. I mean, now see, the interesting thing for me is how I grew up in the witnesses. My parents actually were telling me I can go to school, whatever the case, but definitely to her point as well, no sorority, no fraternity. Not even playing on the football team and things of that nature. They let me do a little bit in high school, but that was about it. So, still a little different, but I definitely understand where it's taken as extreme. But I'm kind of glad I didn't, because outside of that was a wild guy.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I didn't even write this one down, but sports.
Yeah.
You were encouraged not to do sports and do after school activities. Like, to be a part of the school and like do anything, like be in a club or a sport, okay, any school activity, that was not encouraged. You only associate with Jehovah's Witnesses. You do not associate with, you know, people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses, which we call worldly, okay? We would not, you know, be super friendly. We would be friendly, but not like befriend them. And
definitely not.
But a lot of
spending nights or nothing like that.
Yeah, there would be like that, maybe one person that they, you know, outside of, usually was a family member that they would be close to that was not a witness. Yeah. That's acceptable, but if you're actively befriending people who choose not to be witnesses, then that's kind of like, you don't actively do that. It's okay. Okay, it's not like you're gonna get in trouble for it, but it's not encouraged to be actively doing that and have a whole bunch of friends that are not witnesses. Like, your main friends and focus should be just on the congregation. Like, your life should revolve around being a Jehovah's Witness, giving your time out and preaching word, trying to do, you know, the best, using all your energy and efforts and resources. Absolutely. And put it towards the organization. So that's that thing. And like we brought that up because we were talking about attending college. You don't go to college. It was not encouraged. Now if someone did, it wasn't like you can get this fellowship for going to an on-campus college and you be living in a dorm. But it was not encouraged because like you're more acceptable to gain influence by people of the world. Okay, that was the reason why. It was a bit Amish.
Yeah, I was about to say I understand that to a degree, but again, not on our side, DC. Like I said, it was more so like, you know, Negro, we want you to go to college. We don't want you to be in the city or anything else like that. Go far away, but your butt's gonna be going to whatever meetings you go to, whatever college you go to, and just a constant reminder of like, you know, don't play on the teams. It was different. It was different where I grew up. In the sense of just making it out was like a fairy tale. So, in particular, especially being a witness.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. The third thing that I wrote down, okay, this kind of goes back on what I just touched on, like your life revolves around the organization. Okay, it says, I wrote down that like you have to, your work schedule cannot interfere or should not interfere with the congregation meetings.
Especially if you're baptized.
Exactly. Definitely if you're baptized. Like that's a required, like you dedicated your life to Jehovah God, okay? Really, I feel like it's the organization, not to God.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Like I said, you know, I really do believe in the doctrine. It's just how it's been ran, which is like much of anything. It just proves how imperfect we are. But anyway, you know, that's an interesting staple on it because, like I said, it really was different. Like,
yeah, and it's interesting.
I would go back to the congregation of North and Heart.
Yeah, I know, and I noticed that you're more dedicated to that that congregation, I should say, and not really the Jehovah's Witness organization. So, and that I feel like that's like a childhood thing, you know, because I always still think about my one congregation that I grew up in and was in for the longest. That was like the main.
I mean, we were going because, like I said, when stuff I was out. For me, it's just
that's true. It's really embedded at that point. It's like it's your childhood, and that's my childhood.
There's a reason why not even the segue, but this is one of the reasons why I might also be considered extremist with a lot of witnesses. They do go on the Bible practice of bring up your children in a certain type of knowledge, which is scripturally sound. When you think about it, it makes sense. Like you said, kids sponge it and they embed it. So even being outside of, which I believe that's a topic later on or a different video, so I'm not even going to link that, but I'll just say, even being outside of the religion that we're speaking of as far as the witnesses, we kept some moral stand code, like Kirby said, schools.
Oh yes, yeah. There's a spiritual manner that you carry yourself in. Like the golden rule, you treat people how you want to be treated, and you're like your yes mean yes, your no mean no, like things like that. You don't return evil for evil, you know, things like that. So that's how I began operating. well, I've always operated like that because that's how I was raised to operate. However, if you're not exposed and fully experienced with people who don't operate like that, you get screwed over a lot, or you get taken advantage of, and you can get hurt like bad. So I feel like when the organization shelters people like that, okay, you start off as children and you grow up like that, and you know, you don't have like that one worldly family member that kind of puts you on game, or you don't have like that, you know, other person in your life like that, a mentor or a parent or something like that, that doesn't kind of teach you that, and you're breaking away from the organization. Like, be careful. Like, you need to do some research and like mentally and physically and emotionally prepare yourself for things like that, especially if you're really deep embedded into the truth, kind of like how I was. And I was rebellious, and I can't say that like my parents were strict in a different way, but not like overly strict like how I've seen some witness parents. Like, there was a lot of strict witness parents, and that is not
absolutely.
good.
Yeah,
that is not good, and it's just.
That's any situation.
Yeah.
You know what they say about the preacher's son and the preacher's daughter? It's a
Yeah.
different religion, so you know there's a reasoning behind it. If you, again, how I was blessed to be in a crazy situation environment-wise, but then also an extreme. It was almost like a good little balance. But I can't imagine how it would be in a not so like volatile situation, and it's still like hardcore type of thing. I'd probably be wild. I'd probably be sneaking out the house, which most kids do, which isn't demonic. It's the world that we live in. But yeah, I can easily see how it's taken both ways. And hopefully, again, in this video, when you see the differences between our interaction and love, you get an idea we all are still very different individuals.
Okay, the other thing that I thought about was, you know, like on TV when you see like the churches and things, they have like a choir. Everybody at the Kingdom Hall sings. So whether you can sing well or terribly, everybody is singing. That's how we all give. That's another form of praise that Jehovah's Witness gives to God. So everyone sings. There's no choir. There's no choir practice.
That's right.
If you do go to one of those congregations where you have like nice gatherings and things like that, and like they practice the kingdom melodies, I've heard of like people doing like Jehovah's Witness parties like that, or they might even do the watchtower or something together. But
a slight way to take, because some of the parties we had in DC, we were definitely playing censored R&B and hip hop more so than kingdomhall melodies.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay.
That some parties, it wasn't that bad for me. Like, I said some, not all of them. That would be too much. But it was okay. That, you know what, the music. We had to make sure we weren't listening to like, you know.
You can't listen to uncensored music. I mean,
exactly.
There are people that work.
Music.
I'm not even going, you know, flex even at times myself, but not in the gathering that's promoting what we are having the faith in, especially at the time of how serious I was taking it. It's got to be uncensored music. We would joke about stuff like that. It was gatherings. I would say where it was more so a gathering. It was the Kingdom Hall melodies. When it was a party, it was what was popping back then.
Right. Or a gathering like outside the Kingdom Hall was still Kingdom melodies. I was saying because sometimes they'll do like Bible night or whatever.
No, yeah,
okay, it was more like that. Not like we were about to have like the Kingdom Hall party, which
we had
congregation party, and then we were playing Kingdom melodies. No, like we would go to the park sometimes and rent out like the park benches. And there would be some like somebody that had like a speaker or something playing some music, or a DJ even. Okay, so we did listen to music that like, you know, you would hear on the radio and things like that, but it was definitely censored. Okay, and that reminds me about movies, because if you went to a movie theater or like to go to the movie theaters with a group of people and it was like a PG-13 movie, definitely not rated R. If you're over here talking about rated R movies, then you are one of those sketch J-dubs and off top. Now PG-13 is half and half. Like, okay, you on this side of the PG-13? Am I right or am I wrong?
She's
Right.
She's
Like,
right. I can't even. I was trying to rationalize that one, but I can't even. There were times where, again, like I said, growing up how I did, my mother and stepfather at a certain point got comfortable being like, all right, you know, we watch this at home, whatever the case. We definitely not gonna have other witnesses come in and do so. Even in the situation of going to a theater, like you said, we walked out on movies. Movies I loved. Okay, Transformers. She thought Transformers was a demon and walked out, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart because I'm a geek. That's the side of my heart. But that's what we dealt with.
Wait, your mom, you said?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
She did that a couple times. Like, it was one of those where it wasn't even mad at me or nothing like that. All she would have to do was get up, and then she knew I'd be right behind her.
Demonic movies is a definite no. Yeah. PG-13 or not.
Suspect.
I can't think, like PG-13 movies like the Titanic. And see, that was risky.
That's a little risky too.
Actually, yeah. No, rewind.
Sexualized.
Yeah.
Demonized.
Say like the Titanic, like no one knew what was in the Titanic and people went to go see it. And then it was like, oh yeah, there's this one scene though, but you know, the movie overall is good. It's kind of like, okay, well, it's up to your discretion to go or not. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, maybe like going to bathroom break or something. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. We passed 5, but if we want to talk about one more, it'd be the military.
Oh yeah.
Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, not even just the military. You don't become a cop.
Nope. Really, I think no martial arts. You're not supposed to. You pretty much.
Oh, no martial arts. What? That's wild. I forgot about that. Oh, another one is no jumping like out of airplanes. Or no, that's putting your life at risk. You're nothing like no. That is it. No, that's in the publications. That's in the books.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. That's not in the God's love book. That's in.
This isn't scripted. I'm baffled right now.
This is in. And there's scriptures to back this up too. Because when you start jumping out of airplanes and doing parasailing,
what about indoor stand-up?
That's different. That's like air, like blowing you up in like a tube. Like I'm talking about jumping out of a plane. I like thrilling stuff like that. Like I wanted to do like hot air balloon. I feel like a hot air balloon ride is okay because you're not trying to jump out of it, but it's still risky. But like definitely no jumping out of planes. And I really wanted to do that. And I remember like having an argument with the sister I was studying with at the time, like this is just ridiculous. Like out of all, like you know what I'm saying, we can't take all the joy away. Like that's how I felt.
I gotta chime in with some of these folks in Northwest because I just feel like because we used to talk about stuff like that too.
Yeah, and it would have been your congregation would have got counseled by the circuit overseer. I'm telling you, say that was like a thing at their congregation. And y'all all did that. And you were like, oh, we did this. There's pictures of the circuit overseer come with that. He'd be like,
Wow.
for real.
That is sad.
You know, so yeah. Because you said you loved like going to the hall and stuff like that around what age?
Like about 16.
Yeah, 16. That's young. So like
I was at the
yeah, I like if I were to say I stopped going was like around 2018, like yeah.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah, just recently I stopped. But there were long breaks though from between 2012
I was hella serious.
till about 2015. Man, I had breaks since 2009 to 2010. But I was still going, just not every. It was definitely every Sunday. Definitely still going to the meetings on Sundays. Still definitely going to all the assemblies and all the big conventions. Definitely the memorials. Yeah, I was still doing all of that. Now, I might not have been going every theocratic ministry school and the Bible study when they combined it. Even before, like, they didn't combine it, I was I would go to one and then make sure I try to get there on Sunday.
I didn't, well, after 16, I was saying, I didn't consistently go to memorials and witness, so she kind of looked at me like, it would have been just her. But to be fair,
Like you heathen.
I do still miss it though. I do still miss some of the aspects of it, and again, if anything, I hope this just shows people will still be people, and there actually are dope people that are witnesses, and you know, the crazy part is we have a person that's even close by us that he's been telling me in New Jersey how he dealt with the witness that he could trust. He actually could trust, because like I said, in certain environments, boy, they're like truly eyeball, even more sticking out.
So that's all for this video. We are gonna have to do a part 3 because I still have like at least 5 other topics to mention. So
appreciate y'all as always.
Till next time.